More than 3/4 of Canadian taxpayers filed their income tax returns online through the website of the Canada Revenue Agency. But this week, anyone attempting to beat the end of April deadline to file their returns got first-hand experience of the Heartbleed worm. On Wednesday, the agency shut its web file services down, and now the government has suspended internet sites of other departments that use the open SSL encryption software. So far, Canada says the closures are a precaution. No security breaches have been detected. That doesn't mean they haven't happened.
Given the scale and the scope of this vulnerability, it is global. It affects the vast majority of servers on the web around the world. It's only a matter of time before we discover that at least some of them were compromised along the way. The mathematics absolutely point us in that direction.
The list of well-known internet firms hit by Heartbleed is growing. Google, Facebook, and others say they've fixed the bug. Still others are racing to do so. Canadian and international banks are so far saying they're not affected, but the news that networks and hardware made by Cisco and Juniper could be infected mean this is potentially one of the biggest online security vulnerabilities of all time.
The numbers seem almost too big to believe, but really, this is a watershed event in internet security, and I think this is the straw that's going to break the camel's back, force us to finally realize that security, we need to pay a lot more attention to it. We haven't been in the past. That all needs to change, and it needs to change now.
Once the sheer size of the problem is determined, the really hard work begins. Finding the breaches that occurred, discovering what data was taken, and how it may have been used. We'll be hearing about Heartbleed for weeks, probably months to come. Daniel Lack, Al Jazeera, Toronto.